Howdy everybody, welcome again to the Premium Spotlight and Rosgrease Gaming, and today we have the Tier 9 Azuma. This is the Tier 9 Premium that you can get yourself and put your money on, take all your money and your life savings just to get your hands on another Tier 9 expensive so-called battleship slash cruiser that you think is going to be good, or your free 100 or million should say free experience just to expend and get rid of. And Wargaming is completely fair of giving you this piece of garbage to enjoy yourself and make them laugh their way to the bank thinking that it's a great idea as a ship. Yeah. Definitely what I summed the ship is right there. End of story. There we go. End of video. Nah, I deserve more to give you guys. I should actually do this right. So, the Azuma. Yeah, this ship basically has the same concealment as Alaska. The 310 millimeters of the Japanese semi-accuracy quality with a defensive fire and a scout plane you can put on this darn thing. Yes, the guns will go 0.1 kilometers farther. Ooh, wow, amazing. But the problem is the armor is complete garbage. It's even worse than even Alaska. Alaska actually had at least a little bit of armor of over 200. This thing has only 190 through the 25 millimeter bow. So basically, any ship Colorado's can pen this thing. A tier 7 battleship can penetrate this thing through the bow like it's Swiss cheese. Yeah, that's complete garbage. And if you guys want me more raving on this one, you might as well sit back, enjoy yourselves as we go and get our hands dirty on this tier 9 premium. And if you guys want to, and you guys want to save your time and don't want to spend the money and just want my 2 cents, what you should be doing right now, you should be saving your free experience and your hard-earned money to get the new Russian meme battleships when they come out in, I don't know, 2 months? But actually, you know what, let's be the nice guy and actually show you what this whole thing in depth with a video that was submitted to me by Paranu in a very decent match in the Azuma. Now, shall we? Okay folks, so this is the Azuma, played by Paranu and the map Shatter. Now, yes, this is not a tier 10 match, and you'll definitely see tier 10s close tier 9. It's gonna happen. But we're pulling this video out not because it's a win and it's a funny match and it's just unbelievably stupid, but also it does give me a good example of what this ship is capable of, what he can do in it, and really how terrible this can be. I mean, there's nothing real seriously fun for you guys if you want a ship. The only good thing about this thing is, well, nothing. Like, I can't think of a darn thing. And when we skip a little bit in this video, I'll show you what I mean. So real quick, we already got our first shot here coming on the Dmitry Donskoy, and out of all these rounds we get 1 Citadel getting almost 10k. That's understandable right there. So first rounds we get some 10k in it. So yeah, but what we're gonna talk about is what comes up a little later. So let's skip up a little bit and actually talk about after here the next volley on the Dmitry. Right after this volley, now I'm gonna say, look at it. The dispersion isn't that terrible. You can see it. It's pretty solid, but watch what happens when we have incoming ships detect you and throw volleys at you. Here comes that Russian snup, and just look at it grazing just the front bow of that ship. After just the first glaze onto the nose, we've lost already almost 4,000 damage. Yeah, that's not fantastic at all. That's kind of poor. And Dimitri sits there, and the spotter plane was able to get enough range to actually take a shot there. Now, is he going to stay there? I believe yes. Unfortunately, it was all over penetrations because it was the top of the deck, so unfortunately, that's what you get. So, let's skip a little bit here, and let's go into next portion, what we're talking about for this ship. Here comes another round here on this ship. Here it comes, and yeah, look at the health that just happened after then a return fire there. And we do 10k. The guns do some serious damage once they get some penetrations at a broadside ship. But once this thing has to deal with an angled ship, it's a different story. Like, look, here we go again. Rounds in the Fiji. Here comes the incoming shell. The ballistics look like they're pretty solid. And a bunch of 4 penetrations doing 10,000 damage. That's not terrible with a 20-second reload. If you get a couple good hits, that ship can melt it quick. But this is where I'm talking about. Now, look how she has herself positioned on this map. The whole cruisers and everything are retreating because of the carrier's incoming torpedoes. That's getting her actually positioned to focus on the hipper and not have anybody from incoming rounds at her, except the hipper. So she's on a one-on-one match now with a hipper. Synapse not firing at her. Fiji's not firing at her. The Iowa certainly hasn't been firing at her, and she hasn't even started firing on that ship yet. So, I guess it's a good thing that she hasn't started. But, look at high explosive. We almost lost another 4,000. I mean, never, these things can then cruiseless like the hipper have very good armor piercing. So, imagine if there was an armor piercing round at the broadside of this ship. That would have done even much more serious damage. And right off the bat, there it goes. First heal. Get used to that in this ship. As you can clearly see, stand up, just fired another volley in her, and just... yeah, that's not good. So let's skip a little bit more as we dive some torpedoes from the Fiji here. And get to the next part here. We're a duel with the Fiji here, so you can see how this handles in close range here. Alright, here we go. Here comes the ship. It is detected. And first volley in. And of course we get a citadel. And we turn into expected torpedoes. And here comes the Fiji's guns. Now that you can see it, they're lower caliber. They're going to bounce. Until they hit the superstructure. And that's where it starts soaking into the ship like a sponge. So with those two ships down, let's actually now go to where the meat and potatoes of this video is going to come. The duels with these 3 ships. Alaska, Iowa, and Sinop. Let me pause it real quick after that volley. Newsflash, folks. What you're about to see is one pretty good review of what this ship can do with a duel with a major ship like a battleship like Sinop. But also the stupidity of players in wargaming and World of Warships. Everybody gets the nice blot of popcorn and get yourself a nice cold one because this is going to be funny. Alright, shells out from this onto the Sinop, and yeah, 2 defense there, and you can see a pretty good amount of damage right on that ship. Now we're going to go in and we're going to fire another volley again. And see, that's the one thing. 20-second reload is pretty good and the grouping again solid. But again, I'll reassure you once again, 7,000 damage. 18,000 damage. This is where I say this ship is garbage. You could be throwing so much DPM down. Look, we're at 117,000. Okay, 124,000. But this is where this ship can struggle. It just can't duel major ships like this. Because look, we already got our heal, but we just lost all that heal just now. within 2 volleys from that ship, we're already decked down to 21,000 damage. Sorry, 21,000 health. So it's not fantastic. You got mediocre guns at tier 9. It kind of feels like a Jean Bart thing going on. You have a terrible armor scheme, 25 overall, and don't have a thicker citadel, so it allows it to get very easily citadel through the nose. Almost like a lot of cruisers. So you have large guns, but cruiser armor that's even more cruiser than anything else. You might as well just bring this ship out as like a Des Moines with bigger guns. Or a Zhao with bigger guns. Oh, one reduced turret, by the way. So, that's how I feel about this ship. It feels like a mediocre, large caliber cruiser. Because you don't have torpedoes like other Japanese ships. And watch this, Alaska. Very, very decent tier 9. Watch what happens when you do armor. It's angled, it does 4K. But watch what happens in Alaska if you go broadside. Here comes the rounds. Right there. Dead. By the way, have you guys noticed something about these 3 ships? As she gets a caliber and a high caliber. How was she winning? Yeah, that's right. Alaska and Iowa worked on the Frederick de Gross. Didn't see Pernu working on the 2, giving them her broadsides to them. Which, by the way, there's a citadel. And could have easily killed her. Then focus the Frederick. But no, we're going to focus all on the Frederick, not do enough damage to actually do anything. Sit there and smile, look pretty, and lose all their health. So, yeah. This actually happened. This actually happened. I don't know who these players are. I hope I never have them on my team. But I think it's absolutely, completely hilarious. And that just adds more insult to injury. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Let's add more insult to injury right here. Hello, Sashio. By the way, take some shells. Yeah, that's what I think about this. This is just absolute, just pain and misery and torture. It's just hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. So yeah. So overall, Azuma. What do I think of this ship? Well, if you have your frickin' Japanese Yamato commander, you know, Admiral Yamamoto, it could be kind of fun as a meme and stat pattern. But why would you want to stat pad in a ship that's actually, like, not able to stat pad? You have armor that's so terrible, anything can just basically pen you, like, no business. There's going to be battleships all over the map. So, penetration, 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 and just soak it up like a sponge. She already used all of her heals, so she has none left. And she had to use every little bit of it. So, she's easily going to get a dreadnought out of this. Number 2, the guns, even though they're semi-okay, you know, for accuracy, they don't have a lot of damage roll or, you know, anything special about them to actually feel like they actually, for the 300 over 300 millimeter shell, that they actually feel like they're going to be fantastic. Your anti-air is nothing to scream for being excellent, and on top of that, you're just basically one large Zhao with larger sized guns with weaker armor. I think Zhao's even got better armor in certain aspects for the ship. It's basically a weaker Alaska. If you wanted a weaker Japanese Alaska, here you go. So for this, is it even worth it? No, because It's a million free experience to get this. It is over $72 to buy this ship. Why would you get that? There's plenty of other ships to get. The Alaska's better. The Königsberg was a little better than these two combined. And to even add more insult to injury, you could just wait, save your free experience, and get yourself a new line that's going to be coming out. Before you know it, the Russian battleships will be here in a few months. So why would you want to spend all your free experience on a ship that actually doesn't feel like it's actually a competitor to anything else in the game? If you're trying to get yourself a commander trainer for a battleship or a cruiser, there's plenty of other ships to choose out there in the game. So really, is it worth my money? Absolutely not. It's absolutely just not worth a single penny. And I just think that this thing is just worth to be sent there and stayed in the ground. It just deserves to just be one of those ships that if I get it for free, I'm not complaining. I rather would sell it or just say, hey, I got it, but I won't play it unless somebody challenges me to play this piece of garbage. Or two, it's not even the only other reason I would get it is if somebody like said, hey, I'll give you something else in return if you buy it. You know, there's absolutely no point for me to own this ship unless somebody wanted me to do an absolute dare for actually me to challenge me to play it, because really, Azuma is just not worth it. And I recommend no one to buy this ship. I recommend no one to pick it up, and I recommend everyone to ignore it and let it burn in hell.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
That's all I'm going to say. So, thanks again, everybody. If you guys want to, hit that like if you liked it. If you dislike it, you know what to do as well. You know, write in your comments down below what you think about the ship, if you actually own it, and how you feel about playing it. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody actually in the comments that says, hey, but it's good for this. I'm sure it is, but for the general public, it's absolutely not. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. See you in the next one.